Yo, what up everyone? This is Brian Bracamontes, also known as Teleco760. Subscribe to or follow my YouTube channel, Twitch channel, and Instagram. Yo, what up everyone? Welcome to my PC installation video. So I've already made videos unboxing all these items. This is going to be my very first PC build. So just to recap, this here is the Phanteks P400A PC case. Alright, down here is the Seasonic Focus GX 750 watt gold, 80 plus gold PSU. This is the Asus Tough Gaming X570 plus Wi-Fi motherboard. Over here on this side is the Gigabit AMD Radeon RX 5700 XT graphics card. The processor is this right here. So this is the AMD Ryzen 7 3700X processor. Okay, so this is a processor. Now over here is the Corsair Vengeance RGB Pro. This is the RAM. So 2 sticks of RAM, 8 gigabytes each, total 16 gigs. And for my storage, I have the 1 terabyte NVMe.2 SSD. It is called the Samsung 970 Evo Plus VNAND SSD NVMe.2 SSD, obviously. Alright, so that's pretty much it. All this is going to go into this. So, alright, well guys, let's get building. First off, grab your PC, take it apart. Alright, so I'm going to clear everything off the desk, and then all you pretty much need is a Phillips head screwdriver. You could use, I'm pretty sure it would be better if I use a taller one. If I need one, I'll switch it out, but I'm going to use this little tiny one so I could get around the corners. And anyways, let me clear off the desk so I can take this apart, and then I can start putting everything together. Alright, I cleared out the table, so now if you guys Google how to build a PC like I did, pretty much you start off with PC case, right? And then you start taking everything apart. So the first thing I'm going to do is take off these thumb screws for the glass case, and then I'm going to set it aside somewhere safe. I don't have the box for the case with me, so I'm just going to put it behind on my couch over there. Or actually, I'll put it somewhere. Just put it somewhere safe. It's glass, so you got to be careful. Alright, so I'm going to keep these screws over here. Alright, next, look at this glass up. Alright, so put this out to the side. Me, I'm going to put it on my black leather couch behind me, so hopefully I don't forget it. Alright, next. Alright, basically tear this thing apart. So I got the glass thing off. You can take this off. I've seen some videos on YouTube. This way you grab it from the bottom and you pull. And there, you got the front side off. Alright, that I'll just set it aside. Over here, behind, where I put the glass, tempered glass cover or whatever. Alright, I gotta remember, these are the accessory box for this PC. Alright, this is my first time building it, so no judging. This is my first time. I don't know exactly what I'm doing, but I'll figure it out. Alright, this is a filter. I'll just put it, yep, I'll put it back here too. Alright, these are easily taken out by your thumb. If not, use a Phillips head screwdriver to finish taking it off all the way. Alright. I just gotta remember which ones go for which one. So these smaller ones are for the back case. Alright, so just pull it off like that, off to the side, and there. I took it off. Again, I'm gonna put the bigger pieces back here. Alright. They say for like the electrostatic discharge stuff, you don't need to wear that EDS wristband. For these components, they're more protected, so all you really have to do is touch something metal so you can ground yourself. This thing is made out of metal, so you can make sure you touch something metal so you can ground yourself before you touch any of these components, for just in case they can't handle it. Alright, let's see. What's the next step? Ooh, I should probably have YouTube opened up on my phone so I could see what the next steps are. Alright, so I have everything pretty much taken apart. Next thing to do is grab the motherboard and start putting all the pieces into the motherboard. You could do it either way. You could put everything on the motherboard and then connect the PSU and then connect it to a monitor. Check to see if everything works before putting it in the case. And if it works, then disconnect the power and then all the little cables and stuff, and then put it in the case, screw it in, or put the motherboard. Same thing, except the motherboard's inside. Check it before you even close the case up. Check to see that it's working. So don't put on the back plate and the tempered glass until you're 100% sure that it's working, or else you're gonna have to open it up anyways. Other than that, let me move this off to the side, grab the motherboard. There's a motherboard. Alright. You guys are gonna have to be patient with me. First time doing it, I kind of don't want to screw up, but I'm probably gonna have to read some instructions on it. So, you guys already seen the unboxing. But in my unboxing, I did not take it out of the plastic bag. So now, I will take it out. Cable. See. Okay, so here's the motherboard. So the RAM sticks are going to be here. It's going to be laid into the PC case like this. The I/O stuff goes on the top right corner. I believe the graphics card gets connected here and here. I think room for two. The SSD is going to go here. Processor goes here. RAM sticks go right here. Can hold up to 4. I guess the furthest one away. Put that. Basically, here the black ones are going to be the first RAMs. I read something online saying that the furthest one, put one in, and then the second to closest one to you. So I believe it was talking about the black ones. If not, I'll switch them back and forth. Anyways, this is the motherboard. I'm bringing it in closer. Alright, so the I/O shield that came with the motherboard gets put on first. Let's do that. So back here, the I/O shield gets put on this part. Inside, I believe. Let me see. Until you hear it click. Alright. I believe I'm putting it in right. I hope I am. Okay, so it's in there. Alright. So the next thing is the processor. So grab your processor and then we're going to connect it, put it in the motherboard, and then put the cooling system on it, whatever, on top of the processor. So let's get this box open. I kind of want to do it fast. I kind of don't want to mess things up, but whatever. Now, oh crap. Was there something in there? Nope, just cardboard. Okay. So what is this? Visit this, enter your coupon, at checkout, whatever. Coupon. What is this? PHC fan decal, battery decals. I don't know where to put. These are just stickers and stuff to go on it. Whatever. To make it look cool. Alright. So, processor goes in here. So first, let's take this out. Alright, please read. Yep, I read that before. Installation instructions. I've got gist of it, but just in case you guys can read this, take your time with it. If you guys are doing it at home, I'm just going to do it quickly. Because, one, I want to start gaming already. And two, I've already been kind of researching it on YouTube and stuff. So, make sure you grab it carefully. Alright, so you grab it in like this from the sides. I guess there's a golden triangle. Let's see if it has it. Yep. It's very tiny, but I guess it's on the, if you hold it up right so you can read it, it's on the bottom left. This side has like a tiny little triangle at the tip. So that would indicate that part goes, I have no idea. Triangle, where's the triangle? There's no gold triangle here. So, alright, first thing is, there's this little thing. I'm probably going to bring the camera in closer so you guys can see this. So, there's like a little silver lever thing. So you're going to pull that up all the way. And then you're going to put in the processor. So the processor is here. Let's see if I'll line it up correctly. So you don't have to push it. Just like kind of let it drop in there. And then kind of like move it on its side so that it falls inside the holes. I don't think I have it on right. Let's see. Okay, so it's going to be opposite to this. It's diagonally across. So there is a triangle thing right there. I see it. It's not color coded. It's just like part of an indentation in the material. So it's on this corner. So the gold triangle, this thing is going to go in like that. So, alright, there. It fell in place. Move it left and right. Looks like it fell in. So you put it back down until it clicks. Right? It's all the way down, right? Oh, there we go. It's in. That's how you install the processor. Alright, sweet. So what's next? The RAM? So the next thing will be the Corsair Vengeance RGB Pro RAM, okay? And I think this booklet says install the cables first and then the processor and stuff, but you guys could go exactly by the book. Well, I'm winging it. I'm hoping you don't really have to do it in order, or else I'll just wasting my time for this video. All right, let's get these out. All right, so the RAM sticks. RGB. Trash. Let me put this away. This thing comes with a sticker, so I guess I'll just put it out to the side. I don't know where this connects to. We'll figure that out in a little bit. All right, so the RAM sticks are gonna go on this side, so the black ones. All right, so let's do that. So all you have to do is basically open these little things on the side. Is it not open from this side either, or is it just from one side? I guess it's just from one side. So you put it in, I'm guessing this way. And then you just press it down until it clicks. Alright, so this little thing came back up, so yep, it's inside. Now the furthest one back, so I'll put this one on the second one and the furthest one back. So same thing, the little lip thing, hopefully you guys can see it. Slip it in and then press down. Alright, so the RAM is in. What's next? Alright, so on this thing there's some, I don't know what you call it, these covers. You take them off and the little cables that came in the same package, you connect those here. So in this thing, it was actually like right here, right? Came with two cables right here. All right, those two cables are gonna connect to the side. These two cables right here. All right. All right, so I guess you only use one of those cables that you connect onto the cooler, depending on what your motherboard needs. Ooh, so I messed that up. I'm not supposed to take them off for this one. Oh, I'm so dumb. Why'd I take them off? All right, so I'll screw these back on. It's for the other type of fan for the CPU cooler. So ignore this part. So you do keep it on here. I was wondering why this fan thing had these metal brackets on the sides, like, and it has like a lever, so you can like lift it up. It's kind of like one of those toolboxes or lunch boxes thing, the little portable handheld lunchbox thing. You put the level metal clip, and then you pull like the silver tab. I don't even think I'm explaining it right, but I'll show you guys in a bit. It like hooks onto it, and then you press the little tab, and then it tightens it. Alright, so that's back on. So I guess these clips on the side clip onto the, I'm gonna take these off, and I'm gonna do that over again. The AMD little, this part is like this. So put it in this way. Okay, it's right on top, so let me. So I'm gonna lift the motherboard so you guys can see. So on the sides, those little metal clips right here on the sides of that come with this, make sure it grabs onto this little black lip, and then press it in. You're gonna hear like a little click. Make sure it's in on both sides. So on this side, see this little metal clip? There's like a square on the silver part, and then you make sure that the black thing is like the little bracket thing is inside the metal. Push it in, and then I have not done this part yet, but on the other side, there's this lever, and then you make sure that's nice and tight by, I'm guessing, you lift it up. It might be the opposite. So this thing basically makes it tight, nice and tight, so it doesn't move. So you can basically grab it from here, and you don't have to hold it from the bottom. So when you put it inside the PC case, grab it from the CPU cooler fan. All right, so that was my mistake. The other what's called the other fan. Let me get the actual name for it. So this is a Wraith Prism cooler. This one comes with like those little bracket things on the side. I guess I have to pull it all the way back until it's down. I just don't want to break anything. So this goes. Oh, there we go. Okay, that scared me because like I don't want to break any of this stuff. So I'm gonna put this screwdriver in to hold my place as a bookmark. So this part right here, this lever was on this side, so it was like this, and you have to lift it up and then twist it all the way back so that it's nice and tight. So you guys got to be careful. That thing has a lot of pressure. So this thing was like this. So you're gonna pull it all the way back so it's like that. That's how it's supposed to be. So now it's secure, and now you go hold it up like that without worrying about it. All right, and next thing I'm gonna do is connect, I believe this, since this is on the left side, I'm guessing this connects to some part on this side, but I'm going to read the instructions. This cable goes on to the RGB freaking thing. So the little cables, like before, it goes in. Make sure this one is like the 4 pins, so it's gonna be the one closest to me. I'm gonna connect it, and then this connects to. So I believe this is like the RGB one. RGB one goes in there. The white one over here. It's gonna be hard for you guys to see. I'll move it. So I guess this little white one is the RGB one, and one of these two are the CPU fan. So it says here the CPU fan is on the left, CPU OPT is on the right. So I'm just gonna connect this one to this one. I believe that's it. Hopefully, I'm hoping that's the right one. And then this cable goes here. Okay, there we go. So for this motherboard, I use the cable that connects to the very right with the 4 pins, and then it connected to like the white one. It says RGB header in small tiny little letters, but you can't really see it. And this I'm just gonna tuck somewhere. Probably tuck it in between the crap. Tuck it in somewhere. There we go, behind the RAM. And this one in between the 2 RAM. Maybe I'll wrap it around. Yep, I'm gonna wrap it around. There we go. That makes it look a little bit more neater. There we go. Yep. So I guess this one is for a different motherboard. Alright, what's next? The next thing I'm gonna do is put that into the chassis or the case. So let's do that. Alright, so let's move the, probably need a bigger table for this, but grab it through here. And then I'm gonna set this down right here. So it looks like the I/O shield is going back here. So I'm gonna put in like this. Alright, there's cables over here. So I'm gonna do this. Set it in there and then make sure that the cables are out of the way. Alright, then I'm going to try to align it. You know what, I'm just going to pull the cables out through here. I don't want them to get cut. Alright, here we go. Hopefully you guys can see it. Okay, so I see the pins on the bottom, so I'm gonna try to line it. Alright, here we go. Whoops. Alright, this just came off, so push it back out. Alright, there we go. Alright, so these are the parts that are going to be like sticking out. Alright, let's see the little pins. Right there. That one's aligned, that one's aligned. That one is, so is that one. Alright, so now I have to find the screws. The 9 screws. Alright guys, so I lined up the motherboard, as you guys see. Right there, and right there. So it's easy when you have the I/O shield helping you guide everything. And you see these little circles right here, all over the motherboard, right there. You see one over there at the corner. You're gonna find the screws, the motherboard screws. See one there's right there, right there, right there, and let's see, right there. And it's kind of dark, but it's right behind there. Hopefully you guys can see it. It's right there, right there. There you go, right there. So the motherboard screws are in the box. PC, they came with the PC case. Alright, so the accessories box in these bags. So make sure you guys get the instructions on it so you know what the motherboard screws are. The motherboard screws, there's 22 of them, but there's only 9 holes. So I guess those are extras. So let's do that. Alright, so out of these screws, it's the ones that look like this. Alright, so if you put it off to the side, you can kind of see. I dropped some. You can kind of see it. Let me focus on it. Alright, so it looks like this. So it kind of looks like it has a washer embedded on it. That's how it looks like. Those are the motherboard screws. And you can also use these for the SSD. And then you see that I'm already screwing in one. Now be careful when you drop these. They're very small, and I already dropped a few. One of them landed way over here. Alright, and then just put it back in the bag for the accessories bag. Alright, so I got one there. I'm counting them all out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, I got 9. The rest of them I'm just going to put back in the bag. And put the bag off to the side. So the instructions that comes with the accessory box, as you can see here, it tells you the first thing you do is put the motherboard in there and then do the rest. So as you already know, I did it in a different order. I put the motherboard, grabbed it out, and then I put in the processor, then the RAM, and then the processor's cooling fan on, and then I put it inside the case. So I don't think the order really matters as long as you get those beginning steps in and then start connecting all the wires and stuff, and then connect the PSU power last onto the motherboard. So right now I'm just gonna screw the 9 motherboard screws. I'm not gonna put them in too tight, kind of leave it a little bit loose until you get all of them in, and then you're gonna tighten it, go around like in a star pattern. So if I put this one in, tighten this one, then tighten this one, tighten this one, then this corner, this side, then this side, this side, and then this side. Alright, so try to do this as fast as I can without messing up any of the parts. It's a non-magnetic screwdriver, so it's gonna be kind of difficult. Alright, so tighten it down and then loosen it up a little bit. And then once you know you have all of them in there, then you could tighten them using a star pattern, like I said. If you guys are still viewing this, I am gonna record absolutely every process. Not like record everything I do, but just record like the process that pertains to building the PC. So if you guys find this too slow, you can speed up the video. If you find it too boring or whatever, you're looking for a certain part, skip ahead. See, now I lost a little tiny part. Can't pick it up. Oh, okay, got it. It's hard to put this one in there because it's in between. No, I almost had it. Is there a magnet on here? Something? Because it keeps on flipping over. I think I got it. Yep, I got it. Well, this one was difficult. I think I see an SSD slot. Or right here. I'm not sure. It looks like I could put two of them here. Or one. I'm not sure. Oh wait, this is one. This is two. Okay. Alright, let's see. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on. I'm missing 1, 2, 3. Okay. There's one on this side. This is very time consuming, but if you guys are looking for a hobby or just a reason to waste time, this is a good project. I'm missing this corner over here. No! I just can't wait until I get my PC up and running. Alright, I guess I'm missing one more. Yep, just this corner over here. Alright, and you don't want to break the motherboard. It's made out of plastic, right? So when you tighten it snug. Don't be too aggressive with it. I'm just gonna use like 2 fingers and to twist it. I also don't want it to just go flying all over the place though. Alright, once you think you're good with like the star pattern, just go around all of them and make sure they're not loose. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, that should be good. Ah, sweet. That was more difficult or more tiring than I thought. Alright. So I got my SSD and I'm gonna figure out where I'm gonna put it. So I'll take it out of the box right now. So the SSD M.2 goes right here. So I'm gonna take off this screw, Alright, so let's do that. I think I have to use a flathead screwdriver for it. So let me see. It works. Yep, it works. I used a smaller one, but it worked. This is my Mechanicals tool set screwdriver. I could also use the one that came with my my iFixit toolbox, so don't lose these little tiny screws. All right, one more to go. All right, there we go. So I believe this thing, you take this like heat shield thing off or whatever, and then you put it on top of the SSD. Is it either a heat shield or a heat pad? I'm not sure. Alright, so now time to take this out of its box. And there is instructions. There's instructions in this thing. I can see it back here. How do I get to it? There we go. Instructions. Alright, I don't think I need it, but I'm gonna set it off to the side in case I do. So let's see. I believe this goes in like this. There we go. This thing's pretty small too. Alright, so it's in and it's kind of sticking up. I'm not sure if I'm gonna need like the little offset thing, offset screw or whatever it's called, or if I could just place it in like that. When in doubt, go back inside the manual and then look for it. So it says right here, this part. So I'm going to use the ones in the little bag that came with the motherboard. And you're going to use the little tiny one. Hopefully you guys can see that. So I'm going to take this back out. Set it off to the side, and then I'm going to screw it in. I believe it was this one, but let me see. Yep, this one. Tiny little parts. Ah! Alright, there we go. Now you can put in the SSD card. You put it in this way because you can see that little, the little, I don't know, gap tooth, and then it slips right in. And then make sure you press it in so that it clicks, and then it'll stick up by itself. All you do is don't use too much force, put it down, and then you screw it in. So let's see, I'm gonna use the little tiny screw that came with it. Well, I am using the perfect size flathead for it, but it's really a Phillips head, or whatever, Phillips. Oh, it's difficult because they're tiny little things, tiny little screws. So you know what I'm gonna do? I need some weight, something to weigh this thing down while I try to screw it in. Alright, I'm gonna use this booklet. Hopefully it's not heavy enough, so. Crap. I think that might be good enough. Crap. I just gotta get it inside the hole so I can screw it in. Oh, it's so difficult. It would be helpful if you use magnetic screwdriver so that it stays in place while you try to screw it in. Okay, maybe. Almost had it. Ah. Oh my god. This is gonna be the most difficult part you guys have to deal with. Finally, yes. Alright, finally. Woo, that kind of made my back hurt. So before I put this thing back, alright, I believe that's the correct way to do it. If not, it's this part. Is it this way? Nope, this way. Now I'm not sure if I'm gonna need to put the metal ones on top. Alright, one thing that I read in manual, when you go to the DIMM or the RAM basically, to get dual channel, so that means if I'm using 2 RAM sticks, to get dual channel I have to put them in the gray slots. So it's gonna be the very first gray slot and the second gray slot. So I have to switch them out. I put them in the black ones. So if you have one, it goes to the closest one, the gray one, on the outside. And then if it's 4, then you put them all in. But I only have 2 RAM sticks, so I have to switch them out. So let's do that real quick before we move on to do anything else. Okay, I took it out. Now, if you can see that little gap right there. So basically, if you have the same RAM stick, this is the back side. This is like the side that's going to go towards the front of the case. So I have to choose the gray one, not the black one. So let's put it in. Okay. It should come down. Make sure that the RAM is actually in because it might not boot up right. I have to remove this one. This one is close to the cooling fan, so it's going to be difficult. Or not, to take out. I guess it wasn't. Alright, so putting it into the gray one. you don't have to press the thing back in. When you press in the RAM, it'll click back on by itself. So if it does not do it by itself, then you're doing it wrong. You're probably pushing on one side more than the other, so make sure you push on both sides equally. So now that we switched our RAM, fixed the problem, next thing that we're gonna have to do, let me put the volume down on my TV. Next thing is to use the 4 screws and screw in our power supply through the back side. And then all these connectors and stuff, some of them we're not even gonna need. This one for sure we're gonna need. This we need to connect to the wall for power. Some of this stuff I'll have to read and see what they connect to. Oh, there was another thing, let's see, that came with the motherboard. It was a SATA cable. I was wondering what it was, huh? It came inside with the motherboard. It's a SATA cable. We're not going to be using it, so I'll just keep that on the sidelines. Now, I'm going to turn this around so you guys can see. Okay, so the PSU, power supply unit, is going to go in through here. Okay, so let's see. This side is going to be that way, all right? Towards the back, where the IOs is. And obviously the fan is going to be downwards in this case. So first, put it in through here. We'll line it up later. Then look at the case on the back side. Now, I already have the 4 screws that we're going to need right here. Okay, again, if you guys did not see it, these are the screws that have to, these are the PSU screws. There's 4 of them. The PSU should come with it, and the motherboard kit also came with them. Or actually the case came with them. So if you have extra ones, keep them just in case you lose some. So now I'm going to line it up. Get that out of the way. I'm hoping you guys can see that. So line up the holes right there, 4 of them. All right. Try to screw them in with your fingers first. I'm gonna do a kind of a star pattern. Now you could also connect the cables to the back of it first. That way you could actually see the words, like where you're actually supposed to connect it to. But you can see it off to the side if you light it up. We're gonna do it this way. It's I'm not one to say that it's pretty easy, but like after you read the manual and it tells you that the 8-pin connector and 10-pin connector, it's only on one side, and then the other end of the fat one, let me hold it up, hold up. So this one, this fat one, the instructions, this part goes into the motherboard, even though there's no labeling really. And this part goes in onto the PSU. So it's going to be the one it's going to be like the only one with the 18-pin. And then right next to it, you're going to put in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10-pin. It's 10-pin. Sorry, 10 and 18. So this side is going into the PSU. Find out where it goes. Click it in. And then this side connects to the motherboard. And we'll figure that out after we tighten the screws on the PSU. So star pattern. Now this one. And now this one. Alright, not going anywhere. It's good. Now, this part would give anyone headaches on their first time ever building a PC. So, what I'm going to have to do is, all this, I'm going to take it off so I know that, that I can see like the labeling on it. Some of them has labeling on it. All you're going to have to do is match it to the motherboard side and have it connect to the motherboard. So, like for example, this one says USB 3.0. So if you can't find it on the motherboard, go to the instruction booklet. And on this one, I'm just going to tell you it's on 1-2. 1-2, the little diagram right here, will tell you where everything is. On the right, it gives you the name. On the left, it shows you like how it looks like on the motherboard. So it's a little time consuming, but after you do that once, you'll be able to do it the second time on this same PC even faster. So if you're gonna upgrade or add more stuff, you'll sort of know what to do when you are upgrading it. So I hate to do this, but I'm gonna have to do it. Or actually, the bottom part first. Just so that I know, because there's some of them that are hiding behind, and I can't really see them. So after the top ones are pretty much covered. This one's disconnected. I don't know where it connects to. This one's a SATA cable. I don't think we're using SATA, but I believe this is the power to, it leads either to the front panel or to the fans. One or the other. I thought this case was going to come with 4 fans, but I guess it only came with 3. Alright, so on this part, take your time and make sure you connect it to the right spot. So you're going to put them in through here. After you connect them onto the motherboard, you pull the slack out through here, you Velcro it, or zip tie it, or both, and then tuck in the excess in here where the PSU is, and then you can close the case on the back. But do not close your case until you connect it to a monitor, keyboard, mouse, do the BIOS on it, and then after everything works and you know it works, then you can close it up, because you don't want to have to do that over and over and over. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to flip it back over to the motherboard side. Alright, this is kind of going to be like a back and forth type thing, because just in the back side, I'm going to put through here the cables one by one. USB 3.2 Gen 1 connector. I'm sorry if you guys can't see behind. I'm right here, just so you guys know, I'm right here. Alright, USB 3.2 Gen 1 connector, 20-1 pin, UG32G112. Let's see. It's on page 1-12. Okay, USB 3.2 Gen connector. This connector allows you to connect the USB 3.2 Gen 1 module for additional USB 3.2 Gen 1 front or rear panel ports. With an installed USB 3.2 Gen 1 model, you can enjoy all benefits, including faster data transfer speeds of up to 5 gigabytes per second, faster charge time for USB chargeable devices, optimized power efficiency, and backward compatibility with USB 2.0. So on the motherboard, it is next to the RAM slot on the right. So here I'm looking at it. Here's the RAM. It's on the right side. So it should be this one right here. Alright. Alright, so this cable is the USB 3.0. It's going to be connected right here. So where the RAM is on the bottom right corner, that is where you connect it to. Make sure you have the little crown, whatever, facing the right way before you stick it in. Alright. Let's see. Alright, it's in all the way, and then put the excess out. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is connect the, up here is the power to the PSU, from the PSU I mean, to the motherboard. It's going to be this fat one right here. Let me actually feed it through. Alright, so this one is connecting to the motherboard. So this is the outside of this, so it's going to be like this. Alright, so I'm going to connect it in like this. Okay, let's see. Alright, it's connected all the way, yes. Alright, and I'm trying to feed the excess outwards as much as I can. Alright, so next thing is the, let's see, the audio one. I already connected it, but I fed it in through the bottom next to the PSU. The HD audio one is on the bottom left side right there. You can see it, it's right here. Right there. That one right there. The one with all the different colors, colored cables goes down right there. So next is, I think I'm going to feed through the bottom here some of the, I believe that is the LED reset, power LEDs. On the bottom right, there's an RGB header one right there. There's a CLRTC one. COM debug. I don't know what that stands for. There's a bunch of ones down here that I don't know what they are. I'd have to look at the book for that. Okay, so these cables in the back are labeled reset switch, power switch, HDD LED. I just have to figure out how exactly I'm supposed to put them in. I'm not sure if I put them in vertical or horizontal. I think I put them in horizontally. So what I'm gonna do is feed it through the bottom right here. After I feed them through, hold on. And then I'm going to separate the rest of the wiring. Alright, so if they go in horizontally, let's see how exactly they go in horizontally. So I'm looking for the HD LED one. Guessing this goes in the bottom left. And then the top one is the power LED, right? Power switch. This one says power switch. The power switch goes on a different one. Where's the power LED? Reset. Goes on the left. The right one is a minus. Alright, so the one on the right is reset. Alright, the power switch one. Okay, what is this one? The reset switch. Reset switch goes underneath that one. I'm guessing it goes in this way because the arrow says so. And that goes on the 1, 2, the third and fourth one. So it's going to be underneath this one. There's a power LED one, speakers, but I don't have no speaker ones. I don't see a power LED one. Whatever. I guess I'll feed it back through. Make it look as neat as possible. Alrighty then. Alright, so what we connected to the motherboard was also on the Eclipse P400 installation guide on the top right, where it says right there, the power switch, reset switch, HDD, LED, HD audio, and USB 3.0. It says connect to the motherboard. So we did that. Down here it says connect to the power supply. So the SATA cable that is on the back, so it looks like this. We're going to connect it to the PSU. I'm guessing using one of these, because it looks like this connects to a SATA cable, and this is the only thing that connects to the PSU. So I'm not sure whether I connect that to the peripherals section of it, but I'm gonna try that out, and that will give, I believe, power to those fans they're all like interconnected. And yeah, I think these are 2 cables for just in case you have more than 3 fans connected or whatever. Because I could buy another fan and put it on the top left over here, and then probably put like 2 or 3 more up there on the roof. And yeah, that's what these, I guess these are extra ones that came with the PSU. So let's do that right now. So this is the mess that is in the back. So what I was talking about, the SATA looking cable, is this one right here, and it connects to the 3. They all connect together somehow, and I guess this is what gives it power. I gotta link this to the PSU so that the fans can get power. So I'm gonna try to put this underneath and then connect it to this, and this I'll connect to the PSU. Alright, looks like it's a perfect fit, so this is obviously the right one. Alright, so look at all this mess. Now I gotta connect this. I believe we're gonna need these connections to connect to the CPU and anything else, like the graphics card that I still have not connected. So what I'm gonna have to do, put this away. And I'm probably gonna have to flip this over so I can connect it. So I have it flipped over, and this is connected to the fans. So I'm gonna find a way to connect it over here. I just need some light to be able to see it. Alright, I'm just gonna stick my hand in there and connect it. Okay, I connected to the furthest one at the bottom. Alright. Okay, so now what I could do is try to kind of such a mess. Well, I guess that's what those zip ties and everything is for. So I guess I'll use this first one just to hold this up. Alright. There we go. Starting to look a little bit neater. Some of these cables that come with the PSU have extra one of these. This is like the one that had the least, so 2. The other one had 3. I'm guessing that's for like major digital RGB fans. That I could buy later on and connect them. Everything else I'll just stuff in here if I can't get it to look too neat. This whole backplate thing blocks everything anyways, so it won't really matter. Alright, next will be opening up the graphics card and connecting it. Alright, this cable obviously goes to the PSU, just so you guys know. This I'm gonna connect last. Alright, so the very last thing to connect the graphics card is just open this up. We already know how it looks like. Go to my unboxing videos if you guys want to see it. So this is the graphics card. Now I can throw away the boxes. Alright, let's get the instructions out. Alright, so quick start guide. Let's see. Pretty sure it goes in here, and then I have to, on the side over here, where the I/O ports are, take one of these off, or whichever one, that aligns with the graphics card. Or like the slot for the graphics card. So it's gonna be this one and this one. I believe this is one too, but I'm not sure. But for sure this one and that one. Actually, let me get the motherboard instructions just to see which one goes in first. So PCIe X16. So the first one is up here, and then the second one goes here. All right, and any of the PCIe X whatever cables that came with the PSU, obviously those are the things that connect to the graphics card. So it came with extra cables because you could put 2 PSUs with it. I just put this motherboard. So I'm guessing it's going in this way. Take this cap off, and let's see. Is it going in this way? I think so. Yep, it looks like it goes in this way. It would be nice if you could put it maybe this way, like vertical standing or whatever. But it's all right. I'll do it like that. So this one up top. This cable's gonna be in the way. Okay, I'll just connect that later. Alright, to connect it, I'm gonna have to take these off right here. Where does it come out from? Okay, the back side. Now let's see how many it needs. It's gonna need a lot more. Alright. Alright, I took 2 off. Let's see if it fits now. Alright, well, these things you could take off. HDMI, DP, whatever. I don't know why that's there, but how do you put it in? Okay, maybe I have to keep on. I don't know. I'm gonna take this one off. Guess I'll just keep taking them off until it fits. Okay, I think I get it now. Alright, so Alright, it just clicked in. Alright, now I gotta screw those things back in, and it looks like the power thing disconnects to the PSU in the back. Now, disconnect this back in here. Alright, hopefully that looks somewhat clean. This, I could probably hide by putting it through this slot in the back. Alright, better. Now that I have that connected, let me make sure that it's secure back here before I connect the power and before I actually turn on the PSU. I'm not sure if I put these in still. Am I supposed to even put them in? I don't know. I don't think so. You know what I'm going to do is loosen them so I could move them up. Move them up as close to each other as I can. There's only a few holes I could put it through. Whatever. Alright, time to put it all back. I wonder if I could do something about this. I don't think so. I'll put these brackets somewhere else. And then I do gotta fill out these right here. These actually do secure the GPU, or yeah, the GPU. Alright, for these extra ones, I don't know what to do with them. But I'm pretty much done building my PC. Now let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. This one's for the CPU. Let's see if I can find one for the PCL. So this one connects to the PSU. This one connects to the PCIe. Alright, one of them is a 3, or the whatever 6. And then I'll put this down like this. And then, oh, crap. Roll this over. Now let's connect this. Come on, connect. Alright, here we go. Oh no, I think I broke it. Okay, so I've connected it, and yes, I did break the little plastic thing in between. Just make sure you take out the little plastic thing. It'll still work and hold. Just, you gotta be careful. Don't mess up like I did. So this, I'm gonna feed it through the bottom. And then connect it to the PSU. That's if I can. I don't think it'll fit through. If not, then I'll just put it in through here. It's alright. It's fine. There we go. Actually, just feed it like that. And there we go. Then I'm gonna connect it to the back. Alright, so I'm gonna connect this to the PSU. And there's, I believe, one more that I have to connect to the motherboard. It's like on the CPU side, so I'm guessing it's the CPU connector. Or the wire, I mean. Alright, so I just connected one. This one's already connected to the PSU, so I'm gonna turn it over. And I believe it's this one. It might be another one. Let's see, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, I do not know what that one is. It says EATX, and I don't believe I need to connect another one to the PSU, so I'm just going to disconnect it and then connect the power cable and see if it boots up, if it works. Okay, so I'm just going to tuck this excess in here. And then it should be able to close. Alright, and then last thing is to check to see if it works. So connect the power, connect it to power, and we'll see if it works. Alright, so I see the digital RGB on the side over here. Let's see. Just on the side of the motherboard. Alright, let's see if it turns on. Oh my god, it turned on! RGB is working. The fan turned on for a bit. Alright, so I'm gonna turn it back on, see if it... Alright, so the fan turned on, then it turned off. So I'm not sure if it has enough power. Should have enough power. So I finally got it working. So scratch what I said before. You know the cable in the back? I was supposed to connect it to the top, let's see, top left over here. Even though there's like a 4-pin on the left, there's an 8-pin on the right. So connect the CPU one and then connect the other side to the PSU. So I undid what I undid and then I put it back in there and then I connected it. And then that gave it enough juice or power for it to continue running. So the CPU gets enough, I guess the motherboard gets power from it. And then the top left, I think it gives more power to the CPU itself. I'm guessing because the CPU is on the top left side, if you remember when we put the CPU, attached it to the motherboard. So that one's for the motherboard over there. And obviously you can see these wires right here. That is for the graphics card. So the fans turned on, all RGB is pretty much on. So I guess a little bit of reading and a little bit of winging it, and it worked out, I guess. So I connected it to the wall, the power, okay, and then I connected the HDMI cable from my Xbox, the old model, 2013 model. So you see that it's connected to the graphics card HDMI, and then here is my TV. So as you can see here, it is now on the BIOS thing. It didn't want to show up until I gave it enough juice for the CPU to start working, so you can see the whole BIOS thing. So now what I'm going to do is do the BIOS version, go through it, and then install Windows 10. I have Windows 10 already installed on my USB flash drive, so I'm just going to connect this to the back, and then download Windows 10 through the BIOS system, and then I'm going to connect my keyboard and mouse to my PC, so I could complete that. So as you can see, PC is pretty much set up. Over here, this is how I'm going to have it. The HDMI cable, I'm going to route it behind the side of my TV stand. And probably get rid of my Xbox. Or probably keep it. I'll just switch to HDMI whenever I'm going to use it. But I'm mostly going to be using the PC because it's more powerful. Anyways, we're going to do the BIOS setup. I'm going to change your guys' view. I'm going to move the stand like over here by the PC so you guys can see what I'm going to do on the whole BIOS system. And also, if I have to troubleshoot more stuff, I will give you guys updates on it. Alright, so I am in the BIOS of this, and I connected the Ethernet directly to my PC. So it's the yellow cable from your internet service. And I'm just following what it says here. Alright, so the latest BIOS file is Tough Gaming X570 Plus Wi-Fi ASUS. It says, do you want to download this file and update your BIOS? Press OK. Download it from the internet. So now I've reset the PC, and I have the flash drive with the Windows 10 on it. And when I restarted it, this showed up. So now I'm gonna install Windows 10. The BIOS stuff, I just put everything on default. I could always change it later. So let's see. Language to install English. Time return format English. Keyboard input method US. Enter your language. Okay, next. Install now. It says activate Windows. I don't have a product key. If you're reinstalling Windows, select I don't have a product key. Your copy of Windows will be automatically activated later. Select operating system you want to install. Windows 10 Home 64. This one. Accept license terms. Next. Says, which type of installation do you want? Upgrade, install Windows and keep files, settings, application, custom install, Windows only, advanced. So the top one, it says the file settings applications are moved to Windows with this option. This option is only available when a supported version of Windows is already running on the computer. Custom is file settings application are moved to Windows with this option. If you want to make changes to partitions and drive, start the computer using the installation disk, we recommend backing up your file before you continue. Let's choose upgrade. It says the upgrade option isn't available if you start your computer using Windows installation media. A copy of Windows is already installed on this computer and you want to, okay, so let's go back. Put custom, drive 0 unallocated space. Refresh. So this is the 1 terabyte SSD, I believe. Copying Windows files. So you see that right there? That's how you install it. Let me actually turn off a few lights so you can see better. You can use any USB drive or flash drive. It needs to be at least 8 gigabytes of storage, so you could download Windows 10, make it into a media drive or whatever, and then you could download it on your new PC. You go just Google download Windows 10, and then you'll be able to do it. Tough gaming. I wonder if it's going back to the BIOS or if it's actually gonna go to Windows 10 home. I need to download all the drivers, make sure everything's updated for both the motherboard and Windows 10, and then you guys are good to go. Start downloading Steam or Xbox app or Epic Game. Is it Epic Games or EA? Origin, all those gaming platforms, or start using it for whatever you want. One thing that I do not get is how the front fans are not turning on, but I will figure that out later. Alright, here we go, Windows 10. Alright, so I'm in the US. Alright, right keyboard, yes. Want to add a second keyboard layout, skip. Now setting it up. If you have this model, it comes with a LAN or a Realtek, like a Wi-Fi thing you can connect to your PC. You don't need it if you have an Ethernet cable. It's faster if you connect the Ethernet cable straight to your PC. Alright, it says access your apps, files, and services across your devices with Microsoft account. Okay, now this part, I'm going to pause. I don't want you guys to know my stuff. Okay, so continue. So I logged into my email and then set the PIN and password and all that, blah, blah, blah. Choose privacy settings for your device. Online speech, location, diagnostic, file. Accept. Let's get this working. Alright, select all the ways you plan to use your device. So, all of the above. Mostly gaming, but all of the above. Get instant access to your Android phones, photos, text notifications, and more. Alright, make the most of your 365 with free Microsoft trial and new things. Let Cortana help you get things done. To do this, Cortana needs to access some. Not now. Now it says, hi. We're getting everything ready for you. So this is pretty familiar for everyone who has a Windows PC or laptop. So technically now is the end of my PC build and installation. but I will keep on recording so you guys could literally see the whole process. Oh, it's getting late. I'm sleepy, but it was all worth it. Alright, let's skip to... There we go. There's my brand new PC. Whoa. Thank you guys for being patient and watching my PC build. And hopefully this helped you out. If you have any questions, comments, complaints, whatever, put it in the comments. You want to talk crap about this long-ass video, go ahead. I really don't care. But give me a like, a dislike, comment, subscribe to my channel. And until next time, you guys. Alright, so yes, I ended the video, but I figured out why the fans weren't working. So as you can see, they're spinning now. So the daisy chain cables that also connected to the PSU in the back. So for example, I'll show you guys right now. All of that is, I put it into all these cables right here. But here is like the power connector thing that goes to the PSU, if you remember in the video. There is like 3 extra cables that are not connected to anything. This one right here, you ignore. This one is to connect like another daisy chain or more fans to connect to the PSU, so it gets power to the PSU. So ignore this one right here. This one, ignore. So you're gonna find like a little square box one with 3 holes in it for a 3-pin insert, right? So 3, 1 for each fan. So what you're gonna do is take those extra ones and feed it back through this hole, and then make sure you extend it all the way. That way it's better for cable management too. So you focus on those 3. So the topmost fan, I routed it back through, not like calling up with the other wires, but by itself. And then I routed it behind the case. As you can see here, I routed it behind the case right here, and then back through the very top. So the second hole, not the very last one. And I routed it through. There's a second hole, and the channel 1 fan connector is on this side. So it's left of the CPU, right of the Tough Gaming logo. It's right there. There's 2 side by side. One is for the like a cooler pump or whatever. I'm guessing the water pump, if you're gonna do it that way. Channel 1 fan is right there, if you can see it. So that little square thing gets connected to the bottom 3 pins. Even though there's 4-pin connector, that's for different types of fans. But for these digital RGB fans that came with the case, you connect it to the bottom 3 ones. You're gonna see like a black lip, like an excess lip on the wire itself and also on the connector. So use that as a guide. You're going to use those first 3 pins closest to the lip, and then the 4th prong is going to be by itself, and if you look left and right, there's no lip. So that's how it's going to look. And you find all the channel fan connectors on your motherboard. So for the very top one is on channel 1. Now for the second one is going to be on channel 3, and I'll tell you why. I routed it. Let's see. I routed the second one back, and I routed it here, let's see, down through the hole where the PSU is, right here. So the first one close to the PSU, where the PSU is. Now let's go to the other side. That wire, not this one, is this hole. So you can see right here, this is where I routed it, and I connected to the channel fan 3. You can see that right there. It's not these like the 3 and then the 1 gap and then 1. It's the one to the right of that. So it's underneath the M.2 SSD, which is this. So it's down here. Again, you're going to use the lip on both the wire and on the motherboard connector. Use that as a reference to where you're going to connect those 3 prongs. So the extra prong is going to be on the right, if you can see that right there. And then you put the excess and you pull the excess back behind the case, so you can hide as much of the wire as you can. So that one I put it on channel 3 because the wires can't reach to the other side, and I didn't want to put it across the motherboard because it would look disgusting. Anyways, for the 3rd and last fan is right here. I had to connect it basically straight through, except there's 2 holes. So I put it in through the first hole and then back out through this hole right here, so I could connect it to channel fan 2. So you see, I could pull out the excess back here and then fix it behind the back of the case. Channel 2 connector, again, I'm gonna repeat it one more time. The 4th prong is gonna be on the right. The lip is on the bottom left side. So you flip the cable that connects to the fan, and you make sure the lip of the cable or the little plastic box for the cables and also for the connector of the motherboard, make sure both the lips are facing each other, the top is flat, and the extra prong is on the right side. other than that, that is how you get your fans to actually get power so they can spin. Now the digital RGB ones in the back, you can control with, if you look at the top icons, it's going to be the M. The M is going to change, I believe, the colors or like the mode of the fans. It's one of these buttons. So the reset button is this one. So do not press that one. That resets your whole computer. So I'm guessing this one is for fans or for the color. So it's the very third one. It's not changing colors. Maybe I have to fix it in the BIOS. But other than that, I got the fans to work, which is very important for temperature inside the case. And then other than that, you use a daisy chain in the back. You could connect any extra fans that you buy here or up top, or the cooler pump. And the cooler pump connector, the connection to the motherboard is on this side. And I'm not sure if there's any more, but I'm not using it. Anyways, now officially, thank you for watching this video. Give your likes, your comments, and subscribe. Laters.